second opinion. That's crazy. Listen, Trustline Mortgage is celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. You're in business that long because you're good at what you do. Call Trustline Mortgage today to get your free second opinion, your $100, and your peace of mind. Jumbo loans, interest-only loans, conventional, VA, FHA, credit challenge loans, bank statement loans, self-employed, purchases, refinances, you name it, we have it. Call Trustline Mortgage at 381 Loan or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line at Trustline Mortgage. Certain restrictions apply. See Office for details. Trust License Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 331480. Weather meter is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. The guaranteed lowest diamond prices in North Florida. Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Today, the humidity still very comfortable. The partly sunny skies, highs in the mid-80s, a 9 on the WOKV weather made mostly clear, nice tonight into the mid-60s, and partly sunny more humid tomorrow, and an isolated afternoon thunderstorm with a high in the upper 80s on Friday. A little higher risk for an afternoon shower and thunderstorm, otherwise partly sunny. We're back to high humid, highs around 90. For the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jack's Chief Meteorologist Rick Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic.